Let's talk about tipped employees. Because of this whole new no tax on tips thing, there are a lot of people on here talking about tipped employees and they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Yes, including some of your favorite news people. Tipped employees make at least minimum wage. Oh, that's not true. I know people who work in the service industry and they make $2.15 an hour. Two things can be true at once. The only way that $2.15 an hour takes effect is if that employee gets tipped equal to or more than minimum wage per pay period. So if Becky is a server and she worked for a restaurant where their pay period was every 2 weeks, Becky would have to make at least $290 in tips in order for that $2.15 an hour thing to apply. But if Becky worked those 40 hours and she only got $200, then the restaurant would have to pay Becky the $90. It is illegal for you not to make at least minimum wage for hours worked, regardless if you're a tipped employee, a salary employee, or an hourly employee. At the end of the pay period, you must make equal to what would be minimum wage or greater. You cannot go home at the end of the pay period with less than minimum wage. And notice I said at the end of the pay period. Just because one day you go to work for 4 hours and you only made $10 during that 4 hours, no, the restaurant does not have to pay you the difference for what you would have worked for those hours. Because the very next day, in that same pay period, you can come in and work 2 hours and make $150. So that technically makes up for that day that you came in and worked 4 hours and only made $10. That equals it out. So when you hear a server crying about how their paycheck was $0, you can rest assured that the bare minimum that they got was $7.25 an hour for the hours that they worked. And besides that point, I have not met a server who is actually good at their job who says, yeah, I want to make $15 or $20 an hour instead of my tips. It is only servers who suck at their job and shouldn't be in the service industry who would take $15 or $20 an hour over their tips. I said what I said.